see inside. See if you can get a shot like inside of the door right here. Because this is exactly like the area it happened. It'll let you see inside to where you can see the door that's back there, that white door. Yeah, but right here, it's probably about like, maybe about 20 feet from this exit. I was walking out. After they told me I had to go, I didn't do nothing. After they told me I had to go, I was walking out. They told me I wasn't walking fast enough. It's in the report. And then they picked me up and put me on my head. Now, after they put me on my head and roughhoused me down there, the people that were standing on the wall said it was messed up, and I was like, I'm gonna get a lawyer, and Kendall Perry picked me up by my throat and choked me and asked me what I said. They walked me out this door right here. So he walked me out the door, escorted me out, and they brought me about right here. And this is where the police car was at right here. This stuff wasn't here. This was all land. They put me in the cop car right here. He opened up the door and he turned me around. He said, if I see you again, I'ma bust your ass. Pow! Hit me inside the car. Closed the door. Just like that. As he did that, he stood there for a second. He took off and he started running this way. Meanwhile, if you turn around right here, there was like several females that went to the school that were standing right here in a car trying to like, what happened to Corey? What happened to me? And they get chased off. So this was the report. Okay, this was the report right here. It says, shots fired on 52nd Street, okay? So basically, I'm gonna tell you what happened. There was a fight going on. There were several fights that broke out. They thought I had something to do with it just because somebody had on a sweater just like me out here. So once they did that, they thought that they had the perpetrator. They thought that they had me. They thought the fight was over. But as they were putting me inside the car, they had to run off to another fight. Now this is what happened. There were shots fired, and of course this is a high school game. There's a lot of underage students here, under the age of 21. There's a lot of children and stuff here. So they had to call out all units. It was Sauget, Caseyville, Centerville, East St. Louis, Cahokia. There was all units down here deployed, St. Clair County sheriffs and everything. That's when they brought the riot out here because there was so many fights going on that they had to break them up. But approximately on January the 11th, 2003, Kendall Perry proceeded to place the female under arrest. At that time, Kendall Perry was approached from the rear by an unknown black male and female who grabbed Officer Kendall Perry from the rear. At that time, secured the black male and the female who I was dealing with, put them in handcuffs, and proceeded to help Officer Kendall Perry. Kendall Perry wrestled two of the subjects, got them to the ground, placed them in handcuffs, and then advised them that they were under arrest. All subjects were detained. Officer advised the shift commander, Sergeant Butler, to let all subjects go. So let me get this straight. Y'all get the who was fighting. They had the people there that was fighting. I didn't have shit to do with it, but I get arrested. I'm the one that get arrested, right? It just upsets me just thinking about it. They sit here and confess that they had the people that was fighting, but they kept me because they didn't want to admit that they f***ed up the first time and they had busted my head, because they don't want that to be released to the press. They didn't want the press getting a hold to it because the news, the reporter had already stated that there was only one arrest, and the only one arrest was a person that didn't do it. I didn't even make it out of high school and I already got a record. Y'all got me in the system on some shit I didn't even do. And you wonder why young out here wilding. You wonder why out here burning down. Y'all can't replace what y'all took from me. Just like the rest of the people out here wilding, you can't replace what you took from them. After all of this happens, I find out that everybody except for Kendall Perry and Sergeant Wilson, all had issues later on in life. All had issues later on in life being proved that they were dirty. We had one officer selling dope, was the same officer that sold that heroin to a judge, and he OD'd, and that's how he got found. And when he got caught, they caught his with marijuana. We got one of the officers that ran over, that hit a man over there on 25th Street before he arrested him. Hit him with the car. And then we got another officer that had to step down and resign willingly for sexual charges, for sexual allegations that was being put towards him. I didn't do anything to begin with to be under arrest. But this is the reason why I'm outraged. This is the reason why I can't let this shit happen to the next generation. This is the same reason why I do everything that I do. Because I believe that some of y'all just need some motivation and somebody willing to put themselves on the front line and speak that truth that these motherfuckers don't want to hear. That shook me for a while. I had crowd anxiety after that for a while. I didn't want to be around large crowds. It was real hard for me to trust people. Every time those cop lights got behind me, I didn't know what the outcome would be. And it's the people you gotta call to protect you. You gotta call and get protection from. And they're the same motherfuckers that'll do you like that. So I'm gonna put it like this. I got the names. These are the officers involved. We got Lieutenant D'Angelo Franklin. We got Kendall Perry. We got Daniel Hill. We got Lester Anderson. And we got Ronald Ike. Andre Williams. Andre Williams is the sergeant that picked me up and slammed me on my head. And Kendall Perry was the officer that choked me and punched me inside of the car. But they're all involved. Every last one of these police officers are all involved on how the beginning of my life turned out. Y'all are all involved with this still being on my record. When these type of things happen to our youth, you gotta ask yourself a question. Will it stop? How will it stop? At what end? To what end? Every man is their controller and a god of their own destiny. You manifest your own future, you don't manifest your own success. Can't nobody stop you. But in order to unlock the mind, for you to see that yourself, you gotta believe in freedom. You gotta believe that you're free to do so. And somebody has to be there to let you know that. We, in this generation that I come from, we know that we were already playing on a rigged battlefield. We were fighting on a rigged battlefield. It's just about this new generation. They ain't taking y'all. Because they done seen their mothers go through it. They seen their daddies go through it. They seen their aunties and uncles go through it. They seen their grandparents go through it. They heard the stories from their grandparents. And we're not just at a time where people gonna bow down to y'all. Now, y'all talk about systemic racism. Okay? Yes, I believe that the systemic racism does exist. However, you still got to get your mind right. Because it just ain't the black officers that's out here, the white officers that's out here doing wrong to our people. That badge don't got a color if you ask me. It ain't got no color. Because the cops that did me worse were my own kind. And let's see where that sit at with y'all.